Shot there. Music. I'm pretty obsessed with it. Most of my life revolves around music in one way or another, so I tend to think about it quite a lot. And something that's always really fascinated me is the psychology of music. Why we like certain songs, why we dislike certain songs. And I do have a little bit of a theory about this. I think a huge factor when it comes to people liking songs is familiarity. Literally just how well you know the song. Even a really bad, really cheesy song is that much better when you know the lyrics and you can sing along to it. Obviously, there's so many other factors at play here. What kind of music you listen to growing up, what kind of music you listen to regularly, if the instrumental is good, and sometimes you just really might not like a song on the first listen. But let's put all the technicalities aside and focus on one particular thought that I had. Is it possible to force yourself to like a song? Well, in this video here today, that's exactly what we're going to try to figure out. So there's pretty conflicting opinions about this on the interwebs, the internet. Some people are like, no, it's impossible to force yourself to like a song. I saw one guy say it takes 22 listens to force yourself to like a song. I don't know where he got that number from, but that's a thing. So pretty much it looks like we're gonna have to be the ones to figure it out. And how exactly are we gonna do that? For the next 48 hours, I am only going to be listening to the same 6 songs on repeat for everything that I do throughout the day. If I want to listen to music, it can only be this playlist of 6 songs. And throughout these next 48 hours, I'm gonna document exactly how much I like each one of them. And what exactly will these songs be, you ask? The 6 songs that I've chosen here have very particular parameters. The first one being a song that I'm unfamiliar with, I don't know any of the lyrics, from an artist that I do not particularly like. The first song is going to be Karma by Taylor Swift. For all the Taylor Swift fans who are commenting mean things right now, her music really just doesn't do it for me, but we're gonna see if this experiment changes that in any sort of way. The second song is also going to be an unfamiliar song to me, but this one is going to be from an artist that I already know I like. It's going to be Light by Camp. I really like Camp a lot. There's a couple songs of theirs that I really love a lot and I do know word for word, but I kind of just went through randomly, picked a song I haven't heard before, and it happened to be Light. For the third song, I'm going to pick something totally random, but from a genre that I really like. I'm just going to go to a random indie playlist. I've heard every single one of these songs before, so we're going to find a different playlist. I just opened up this summer indie playlist, and I'm just going to scroll until I see a cover art that I like. This one looks cool. We're going with this song called Ways to Be Loved by Tops. For the fourth one, I'm also going to pick a random song, but it's going to be from a genre that I'm really not that familiar with. I think I'm going to go with metal, so we're going to search up a metal playlist. Oh, I've heard this. This song was in Tony Hawk. It was in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. See, I know metal stuff. Alright, so I think the song that I'm going for here is Holy Wars ... The Punishment Due by Megadeth. And because we need some controls for this experiment, the last 2 songs are going to be, one will be pretty much a favorite song of mine. I'm familiar with all the lyrics and I like it quite a lot. And then finally, a song that I'm very familiar with. I know most of the lyrics, but I do not like. For the favorite song, I'm going to choose Say Can You Hear by Men I Trust. Probably my favorite Men I Trust song. And then for the familiar song that I don't like, we're putting Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen. That's what I could come up with, okay? So those are the songs that we're going to be exclusively listening to for the next 48 hours. I have added them all into one Spotify playlist. It is currently June 15th, 2023 at 11:32 p.m. Right now, officially, until June 17th, 2023 at 11:32 p.m. This experiment is underway. It is time for my morning run while listening to the same 6 songs, no less. First song here, let's see what we get. It's Call Me Maybe, right away. Let's go. Morning mile is complete. So after listening to all the songs one time, here is my initial evaluation. The two controls for the experiment, obviously Say Can You Hear is going to be a 10, and Call Me Maybe is going to be a 1. I was kind of just laughing the whole time on my run because I was just thinking about the fact that I'm running along listening to Call Me Maybe. The Taylor Swift song, still really just not a huge fan, but it's not the worst thing ever. The camp song I really liked a lot, so I'm gonna give that one an 8. The Megadeth song came on right after Call Me Maybe, so it definitely got me pretty hyped up for my run. I like the instrumental a lot, and obviously I haven't learned the lyrics because I've only listened to it one time, but some of the lyrics in there were a little bit corny. Ways to Be Loved, I actually really liked the way that one sounded, so I'm gonna put it at like a 6.5. But now I'm gonna work on some stuff for a little while listening to, you guessed it, those 6 songs. So it is around 5 p.m. on day 1 here. That means this experiment has been ongoing for about 17-ish hours now. I am already kind of tired of the songs, and we still have many much more hours to go. There are certain things that I'm very used to doing while listening to music, and having to either not listen to music or only listen to these 6 songs has definitely been very different for me. But I feel like the ratings have changed a little bit. I think the Taylor Swift song is at a 5 now for me. It's still really not my favorite, but it's a little bit more bearable now. I really fully get the concept of this song by now though. She's got good karma, and whatever dude she's talking about has bad karma. So I figured that much out by now. The camp song, I'm putting at a 9. I think I like it especially more now because every time it comes on, I'm like, yes, not Carly Rae Jepsen. The Megadeth song for me is now down to a 3. It's 6.5 minutes long, double the length of every other song on here. The lyric where he goes, "They killed my wife and baby with hopes to enslave me. First mistake, last mistake," just makes me cringe every single time I hear it. The more I learn the lyrics, the more I don't like the song, I feel like. So this one is having the opposite effect of what I thought it would. I'm definitely gonna need to find some ways to make this more bearable if I'm gonna survive for the next 36 hours or whatever it is. I still also have not memorized all the lyrics to all these songs yet. That is a goal for me by the end of this challenge, is to know all the lyrics of all these songs by heart. So I definitely need to start studying up. That's my favorite lyric so far. Funny guy cartoon. What does she even mean by that? It's so much easier to learn the lyrics when I already like the song. So I've been working on some stuff for the past few hours, but my brain is kind of fried right now. I think music really provides me a lot of relief throughout the day, and not having the music that I want to be able to listen to is a little stressful. Just a little bit stressful. So right now I'm gonna go spend some time with my family, and hopefully that'll help my brain reset a little bit. 11 p.m. right now. That means we have about 24 hours to go, but I'm actually about to go to the gym. I like to try to go a little earlier, but you know, here we are. And this is going to be quite the interesting workout because usually music is a very big part of when I do my exercise. Definitely not my best workout. It's a lot less motivating when you don't have like motivating music to listen to when you're in the gym. Here are the current ratings after that workout. The Megadeth song, I'm just really getting tired of hearing it at this point. Every time it comes on, I'm just like, okay, here we go for the next 6.5 minutes. And I'm also not happy to say, I know it is supposed to be a control, but the Carly Rae Jepsen song is gonna have to be up to a 2 now. The sole reason for that is literally just familiarity. Every time it comes on, I'm like, oh, I know this one. This is a song I know, which just makes it slightly more bearable. And then the top song has gone down to a 5 for me. I just am kind of progressively not liking it as much each time I listen to it, but we have less than 24 hours to go, so I'm excited about that. I'm gonna get some sleep, and day 2, the final day, shall commence tomorrow. It's like 8:30 in the morning. Woke up a little bit later today because I was like, I'm gonna get some extra sleep and be ready to tackle the day tomorrow. No, that didn't happen. I really want to be ready to take on day 2 here, but I just cannot help the feeling of like, I don't want to listen to the same 6 songs anymore. Either way though, still gotta get my morning run in. You can't see it, but Taylor Swift is up first. We ended with Men I Trust, so that's a good thing. Megadeth song has not played yet. Not looking forward to that. The songs that are really currently stuck in my head, if this means anything at all, the Taylor Swift song, the camp song, and actually Call Me Maybe has been just playing over and over in my head. Literally and not literally. It's about 1 o'clock right now, so that means we have less than 12 hours to go. I'm excited about that. At this point, I'm very familiar with the message of all of these songs. Taylor Swift has Good Karma, the Megadeth song, He Does Not Like Organized Religion. Ways to Be Loved is about a girl who's not really happy with her relationship. You get the point. I'm pretty much an expert on all these songs by now. But right now, got some family stuff to do. My little brother has a baseball game. Here are the updated rankings for all the songs. Back home now. I was thinking that one of the ways to possibly make this a little bit more bearable is playing drums along with some of the songs. Ooh, the trap hi-hats in there are pretty fast. That's kind of tough to drum to. I kind of had it for a second there, but that one is not really a song for me to drum to. Oh god, Call Me Maybe. Not gonna be a hard one, I don't think. That was a tough one. The hardest one by far right there. Oh god, I was not looking forward to this one. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Oh my god. Physically impossible. I cannot drum to the Megadeth one. Having something to do alongside the listening process has made this a lot easier. Except for the Megadeth song, I am not that good of a drummer to be able to play that. Could be one day. Probably not, though. Oh my, okay, there's a spider up there. Oh, that is a gigantic freaking spider, dude. Come on, we got one shot at this. Get destroyed. Okay, so we're coming in on the final hour here. Almost 10:30, but there's 2 more things that I have to do here before the challenge is complete. Number 1 is go to the gym for one more final workout listening to these songs. But before I do that, I want to copy down all the lyrics from all the songs as one final way to reinforce all of these songs into my brain. Took a little while to do that. Some of the songs definitely have more lyrics than others. Oddly enough, the 3 songs with the most lyrics are Karma, the Megadeth song, and Call Me Maybe. Who would have thunk that right there? Nevertheless, it's time for one final unbearable workout. Just another straight hour of listening to these songs, but thankfully, it will be the last hour. I am so looking forward to listening to anything besides those 6 songs. And what will my first song as a free man be? I'm just gonna shuffle all 1,600 liked songs that I have on Spotify. Not a bad choice. I am going to enjoy listening to this, and then I'm going to sleep. So, here are the final ratings for the songs. I won't lie, I am pretty happy to be done with this experiment. Music is a pretty huge part of my life, and not being able to listen to just whatever music I normally do, it throws you off a little bit. Definitely. But the big question here, right? Can you force yourself to like a song? Yeah, kinda, I guess. Obviously, it depends on so many other factors here, but kind of what I've learned is that it's much easier to force yourself to like a song if you're already kind of predisposed to wanting to like that song or thinking you're gonna like that song. This is what happened with the Camp song. It started out pretty good as it was, but then by the end just became like one of my favorite songs. So without a doubt, it worked in that case. And then just production value and overall quality of the song play a really big part too, because like I said, not a huge Taylor Swift fan. Production value's good, she's a good songwriter, she's a good voice. Obviously, those are some of the reasons why she's one of the biggest artists in the world, so I think all those factors made it way easier to listen to and also made me like it a lot more by the end. Okay, the Megadeth song, there were just certain qualities of that song that made it unbearable to listen to as time went on. I can't really pinpoint exactly what it was. It could have been how long the song was, also just how like high energy and high strung it was, and I didn't like the lyrics either. The lyrics were just super corny to me, so I think familiarity definitely played a big part with this one genre-wise. But then on the opposite end of the spectrum, we have the Top song, which I already just gave a higher rating to because I like the sound of the music and I like that particular style of music, but actually the more I listened to that one, the more I didn't really like the lyrics as much either, and the more I noticed like just small things I didn't like. So there is definitely a correlation here between the genre and like how high the bass line is for your liking of a song. I hate to admit this, but familiarity for the Carly Rae song made a huge difference. And it wasn't even like the song was coming on and I was like, yes, I like this song. But every time it would come on, I would just be like almost relieved that it was something very familiar. Also ended up noticing like a bunch of details that I had never heard in the song before. That's partially because the lyrics are just so mind-numbing and like I mostly know all of them, so I don't really have to think about it. So I was able to pay attention to like the harmony layers that she's making with her voice, weird little guitar sounds that they've added in there. And then of course, the Men I Trust song. Probably not going to be listening to it for a while, but I almost like it even more now. It was just really nice to be like, oh, thank God, some semblance of what I would normally be listening to on an everyday basis. At the end of the day, some songs you like, some songs you don't like, some songs are good, some songs are bad. And what makes a song good or bad? We're going to have to save that one for a different video.